The other drawback with these Thompsons is they tend to have a slight problem where these cocking bolts shear off very easily. This has been owned by someone else for a short time, and basically when he drew the cocking slide back and let it go, this actually just sheared straight off. Now you can see the other person who's owned this, it looks like he's tried to extricate the sheared off screw in the bottom of this. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to throw this in the bin and make a replacement for it. Now what I'll do is I'll shoot a little bit of a video showing you how this is stripped down. Okay, so how do we strip this gun down? To separate the top of the receiver from the lower receiver, you want to take out this screw here, which is the screw which actually secures the stock to the receiver and also holds the top of the receiver to the lower receiver. Now this screw here, that is the one which actually just holds the stock on. Now when you remove this one, it actually releases a small nut inside the bottom half of the receiver, and some people who have stripped these down will strip these things down or taken the stock off and not knowing how to put the stock back on will have had a few problems in the past. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take the two screws out. That's the long one, the securing screw. Now when I take this one out, you'll hear a nut's just dropped inside this. Yeah, a nut's just come loose. Now there's the short bolt, or short screw I should say. Right, here is the battery connector. Disconnected, stock goes to one side. So we're now left with this the gun with the stock removed. Now you'll notice here there is a small pin, spring-loaded pin. Now if you push that down, you'll notice the stock you'll notice the base of the receiver slides backwards. Now it then jams because the pin, spring-loaded pin, has then ridden up into the hole where that bolt went. Now the solution is to get your bolt, slide it back in there a small distance, and that depresses it so that you can then separate the two halves of your receiver. So here is your Airsoft gearbox, gearbox and mechanism and so on, and all the electronics. Just here, if I remove that wire, is the nut which was securing the stock on. Now the fix to stop that falling out all the time is to just put some hot glue on the thing, or any form of glue, and then push it back in there and problem solved. That will hold it there for all the future times you strip it down, or if you ever just want to remove the stock and put it back on without splitting the receiver, it will stay in there. So the solution is to just put a few blobs of hot glue on, which I happen to have here. and place it into the back like so. Now that hot glue will basically enable you to remove that bolt at any time in the future. So what I'll do is, while I'm working on this, I'll put that screw into there and tighten it up so that the hot glue is held well in position where it be finished, where it should sit. Right. Okay. Now, inside the upper receiver is where we have our little problem. There is the plate. Now, the previous owner of this has tried gluing this on, and you can see the remnants of the glue still left around. I did have the head of the screw lying around here, but it appears to have gone missing. Anyway, so what I've got to do is, you'll see there's a spring here which is what pulls the slide back. Yeah, if you can see that. So the next thing I need to do is clean the glue off on here and make a new cocking handle for the side.
You know machine? What? You know machine? I love them.
Another point of note, some people might say, why didn't I weld it back on? Well, the thing is, as with much of airsoft guns, the actual cocking lever on the side, or handle, is alloy. You can see there the paint's coming off on it, and it's just alloy. Now, the screw which was down in the middle which is sheared off, which wasn't very much of a screw anyway, is actually metallic. Now that's still in there. It's just about possible, if you're lucky, to place that on the other side of that, where it should be. Now this is metallic, so if you're lucky and skilled with a welder, you could place that back in its normal position and weld it through, but that's up to you. I've opted for making my own out of steel and fitting a new one, so the choice is yours. The other option is, if you can get that screw out of there, or before it does shear off, it might be worth you actually drilling it out and putting a larger screw through there and putting a nut on the inside. Now then, if it does shear off, the remaining piece of screw with the nut on will just fall out, and you won't have that problem of having this thing with a sheared off screw in it. Okay, now to put this back, it's the reverse of taking it out. Well, let's hope it's easy to do. Yeah, seems to be. Now, this is the reason why you've got a large hole there. You basically stick the cocking lever through there, like so. All done.
Oh, man. Don't hit me with them negative waves so early in the morning.